The day I was told I had cancer, I indulged myself and hired a penniless, mute college boy. He had a cool, aloof beauty, yet he was addicted to danger. To keep him smiling, I overdrafted my body, bungee jumping, racing, diving, skydiving, everything I was forbidden to do, I did with him. My savings bled dry. While waiting for death, I kept it from him, went to the hospital alone, and signed the papers to give my heart to his sick mother after I died. But on the dean's desk, I saw a photograph of him wearing a famous watch. The dean laughed. That's my son, top student, but playful. Lately he's been running a murder mystery game, pretending to be poor and mute. Says the girl he's playing with is old and dowdy. He's thinking of changing targets. I laughed until tears came and tore the donation form to pieces. I'll volunteer for the new cancer drug trial. I told her, on one condition, the Liu family adopts me. The moment I saw Liu Yao in that picture, leaning idly against a yacht rail, wrists glittering, a pretty girl nestled against him wearing the matching watch, my skull rang like thunder. It was the same face, yet not the man I knew. I remembered that morning when he'd rubbed his eyes and signed "Good morning, kiss," and my temples throbbed as if drilled. My phone buzzed. Xiao Shui, I handed out flyers this morning, earned 30 kwai, bought you a bracelet. I opened the picture, and my breath caught. I knew this bracelet. Last night I'd spotted the velvet box in his school bag, an exquisite 4-leaf clover, retail price 50,000. The one on my screen had flaking metal and crooked stones, a cheap knockoff, so he had bought the real thing for 50 grand, then the 30 yuan fake. The fake was for me, the real one, for the girl on the yacht. I remembered pausing at a boutique window last month. He'd signed, "When I'm rich I'll buy it for you." Now he had all the gifts I'd treasured: tarnished earrings, unraveling cashmere scarf, a bag stamped LY, were deliberate counterfeits. For every genuine piece he gave another girl, he bought a shabby copy for the old, cheap woman. How amusing the joke must have been. Another buzz. Why aren't you replying? Don't you like it? I typed slowly. I like it, thank you. He sent a ski resort flyer. Weekend skiing on sale. A couple of friends are coming. Sister doesn't mind, right? The promo price, without gear, was 199 per person. What I earned in one night of deliveries. I laughed until my eyes burned. The dean asked, puzzled, "Child, what's wrong?" I slipped the phone away. Nothing. Just read a joke. Let's talk about the trial. Because of the drug's toxicity, the trial would be agony and the odds of cure almost zero. No patient had wanted it. The dean, one of its developers, was desperate. When I volunteered, her eyes lit up, then clouded. Why such a condition? I pressed a hand to my aching chest. My parents always favored my little sister. I've never known family love. I pointed at the frame. And I'd like a handsome younger brother. She laughed knowingly. If you survive the 3-year protocol, I'll adopt you. I signed the NDA. I'll live, I said. Outside, magnolia blossoms bowed under thin snow, stubbornly clinging to the branch. Like me, I had planned to die this winter. Pain had resurrected me instead. I never answered Liu Yao again, not even when he wrote, "Treat it as a loan, okay?" I sat on the sofa and waited. After 9 he came in, handsome face stormy, keys clattering onto the shoe cabinet. In the past I would tug his sleeve and sign. Angry, he would wait for me to coax him. Tonight I stayed on the couch, flipping my hospital report. He thought I only had bad anemia. I wanted to know, if he learned I was dying, would he regret his game? He slammed cupboards, rattled the fridge, waiting for me to break. I only rustled the lab sheet louder. Finally he grabbed his coat and signed, "I'm moving back to campus." I didn't stop him. The moment the door slammed I followed. At the gate he made a call. His low voice drifted on the wind. "Xiao Gao, pick me up." "Where else?" "The stingy woman's place." "Bring Mimi, I've got a gift for her." It was the first time I'd heard him speak. During sex there were only a few muffled groans, and I'd thought them beautiful. I'd asked why he was mute. He'd signed, "Illness as a child. Cure overseas costs $1 million." I'd planned to sell every organ after death to pay for that voice. Now I'd heard it, and it laughed at me. He strode into a private club. The doorman bowed. I followed and hid in the corridor's shadow, watching through the half-open door. Inside, bottles littered tables under dim light. The crowd roared when he entered. "Yo, young Master Liu, not with Big Sis tonight?" He scoffed, loosened his tie, drained half a glass. "Played too long. She's getting clingy." The girl from the photo traced his collarbone with a finger. "Ayao, you have something for me?" He tossed her a box. "Wear it for fun." She pouted. "This style's from last year." He shrugged. "Meant for her. You know, the 9.9 special." The rich kids swarmed. "Don't tell me you caught feelings?" Liu Yao exhaled smoke. "Please, an old, frumpy woman? I'm bored." short. I'll end it soon. She's been decent. This leftover will do as a farewell gift. Through the gap my nails bit my palms. A boy laughed. Actually, she's not ugly. Kinda delicate. After you dump her I'll console her. Might get lucky. Mimi slapped his arm. Seriously? She looks half dead. Your taste, bro? Just love the Linda you vibe. Lu Yao swirled his wine. What illness? A bit anemic and dramatic. Mimi giggled. Right. Last time Yao swapped her meds, and she never noticed. Their laughter stabbed like needles. No wonder my disease had worsened. He'd replaced my expensive pills. I tasted iron. Swallowed it. Lu Yao kept glancing at his phone. Mimi draped herself over him. Go, why ignore me? He tilted her chin, waiting for Liang Shui to cave. Jealous? Relax, she's history after this weekend. He kissed her. Whistles exploded. I took out my phone and texted, weekend, I'll take you skiing. Instantly the room erupted. Fuck. She caved. Road boss wins again. Lu Yao raised his phone, victory flashing across his face. See? She can't leave me. Mimi collapsed into his arms. Promise. After skiing we go to my hotel for my birthday. You reveal who you really are, and we go public. He nipped her ear. Of course. After more cuddling he typed. My phone lit. Okay. Busy with classes. Won't come back till the slopes. I replied. See you. Then I left. The corridor stretched forever. My shadow was thin and alone. The wind was still cold, but I didn't cry. Back in the rented flat I packed everything of his. Gifts from him. Into the trash. Gifts to him burned. Cut. Nothing left. I opened the album I'd titled Last Wishes and tore out the photos. First bungee jump. He grinned while I turned white. First race. He reached for my shaking hand. First dive. He gave me mouth to mouth on the sand. First skydive. He pushed me out of the plane. Every first was meant to be my last, yet each was routine for him. I emptied the album and rewrote his unfinished bucket list. Now my own. Looking at the blank pages, the knot in my chest loosened into tears. Weekend arrived. I reached the resort to find Lu Yao and his friends already suited up, laughing in front of the rental lodge. As I got closer, I realized it was far more than a few friends he'd mentioned. Every face from that private club booth was here. Lu Yao spotted me first, walked up with an apologetic sign. Sis, sorry, didn't expect so many classmates. If you didn't bring enough money, I can go borrow some. I stared into his amber eyes and slowly shook my head. It's fine. I have it. Mimi linked her arm through mine, chirping. Sis is so awesome loaded. The rest joined the false chorus. Thanks sis. You're beautiful and kind. I heard the hollowness. Their eyes crawled over me like inspectors sizing up a soon-to-be exposed fake. Lu Yao swept them with a warning glance, lips tightening. When I paid the deposit, I pulled a messy wad of small bills from my bag, crumpled 50s, curled 10ers. Mimi squealed. Whoa, sis Shue, did you smash your piggy bank? I answered calmly, yes. Lu Yao's head snapped around. He knew that bank. When we first got together I'd bought it for our Aurora fund. I'd said, once it was full, we'd go see the northern lights in Iceland. He'd signed back then. Great. I also want to see penguins in Antarctica. I hadn't answered him. He didn't know that the time I had left only stretched to one Iceland trip. I wanted the lights, and I wanted him beside me for the final leg. Now the jar was empty. Lu Yao stared. Not going to Iceland? The elite. I found another way to earn it. The crowd cheered their hollow congratulations. Only Lu Yao's face darkened. Mimi volunteered to coach me. Newbies fall the most. Lu Yao nodded. Mimi's good. Stay with her. Watching the way they looked at each other from inches away, I finally understood. Some gaps are sky-wide. Even if I built a ladder of clouds, I couldn't reach a single thread. Mimi steered me toward the bunny slope, then suddenly veered off to a deserted steep edge. Too crowded here. Sis, let's find some space. I said nothing. I knew she had words for me. Back at the counter, Lu Yao had watched me. She had watched Lu Yao. I wanted to tell her, you're already brilliant. No need for dirty tricks or girl-on-girl spite. You'd still be loved. But she never gave me the chance. She gripped my hand, voice turning glacial. Sis heard everything that day, didn't you? I saw you crouched outside the door like a sewer rat. I clenched my ski poles. Silent. Mimi sneered. Thought you'd quit on your own. Didn't expect your skin to be this thick. You'd rather be played than leave. Do you know how much Ayao despises you? He says you're old, ugly, and so poor you even buy bargain bin underwear. That scarf you knitted, he tossed it to my dog. Oh, right, I never told you. Abang is my Samiyet. The edge of the precipice was 2 ski lengths away. Beyond it, a bottomless drift. Mimi didn't slow. I realized what she intended and tried to pull away, but I couldn't break her grip. Are you insane? She laughed, suddenly accelerated, and rammed me hard. A white-hot pain burst in my chest. I toppled into the hollow. Water seemed to fill my ears. Dimly I heard Mimi shriek above. Ah, my leg. Noisy footsteps rushed in, his friends, calling her name. She pushed me. Mimi sobbed, delicate as pear blossoms in rain. I was only teaching her, and she tried to hurt me. I lay at the bottom, right leg screaming. Snow slid down my collar like ice water. Every time I tried to rise, the powder swallowed me deeper. I wanted to deny it, but the moment I opened my mouth, blood frothed out. I looked up, hoping Lu Yao would come. He didn't. None of them did. Footsteps faded. They abandoned me as if I'd never existed. My phone buzzed. Lu Yao, you're vicious. Mimi only wanted to teach you. Because she's close to me you'd do this? I misjudged you. I read the 2 messages again and again. On the 5th reading I understood. No matter how I struggled or excused him, the ending was always the same. Lu Yao would discard me like trash. He didn't believe me. How could he ever love me? I waited until the sky above the pit turned black. Another buzz. Tonight at Blue Flame Manor, Mimi's birthday. Come and apologize. I laughed, then called his mother. Dean, it's me. Please pick me up at the north slope of the ski resort. I'll send coordinates. Then straight to the research center. My illness seems worse. She agreed at once. After hanging up, I deleted every unread message from Lu Yao. Over the mouth of the snow hollow, aurora like neon flashed across the night. Pity, I thought. Those lights were meant for Iceland with him. If we ever met again, I'd have to call him little brother. Blue Flame Manor Banquet Hall. Lu Yao lounged on a sofa, checking his phone every few seconds. The message he'd sent Liang Shui 2 hours ago still hung unanswered. Angry? But she was the one who'd rammed Mimi and fallen. Whatever tantrum she threw was on her. Still, he typed again. Xiao Shui, don't be childish. You're the elder. It's unbecoming to let the younger crowd laugh at you. After a moment he added, I've saved enough for Iceland. Apologize and we'll go after New Year. Sent. He waited. No reply. Spoiled, he muttered, shoving the phone away and lighting a cigarette. Mimi leaned in. Ayao, still no word from Liang Shui? Their friends craned their necks. She's not throwing a fit and bailing, is she? Lu Yao exhaled smoke. You can't wait a few minutes? They laughed awkwardly at his sudden temper. Mimi hooked his arm. Remember, once she arrives you announce your identity and our relationship. I can't wait to see her face. Lu Yao grunted, fingers unconsciously rubbing the bank card in his pocket. 500,000. Enough compensation for her months of devotion. A woman that poor and stingy had probably never seen so much money. Halfway through the banquet, Liang Shui still hadn't appeared. Lu Yao grew more irritable. A rich kid muttered, maybe she really can't climb out of that pit. Mimi tittered, it wasn't that deep. Others chimed in, she's milking the drama. Exactly, let her stew. Bro Yao. Lu Yao slammed his glass down. I need air. Mimi rose. I'll come. No, he waved her off and stepped outside. Mountain wind knifed down the corridor. He opened video call, still no answer. 9 p.m. Temperature below 0. What if she'd twisted her ankle? What if her phone had smashed and she couldn't call for help? Lu Yao decided to fetch her himself. One last duty before the breakup. He sped. In under half an hour he screeched into the resort lot. Far off, reflective tape cordoned the north slope. Rescue workers murmured in low voices. His heart lurched. He seized the nearest guard. What happened? A girl fell into a drift. Ambulance came too late. Before the man finished, Lu Yao tore through the tape. Liang Shui. For the first time he spoke aloud. Liang Shui, come out. Stop joking. You said you wanted me cured so you could hear my voice. I'm talking now. A doctor approached. You knew the deceased? Deceased. The word blacked out his vision. He swayed. What bullshit. She only took a fall. The doctor bristled. And you are? Lu Yao choked. Her boyfriend. The doctor gave a strange look. Name Lu Yao. Relief flooded him. Yes, she must have told you. I saw it in her memo. Her suicide note. What did you do to make the poor girl refuse to see you even in death? 1,000 needles stabbed Lu Yao's skull. Dead. Quit the crap or I'll report you. The doctor rolled his eyes. Advanced bone cancer. After the fall she fractured her right leg. Couldn't climb out. Hypothermia caused multiple organ failure. The phrase advanced bone cancer struck like 5 claps of thunder. She had never told him. When she lay awake in pain he merely rolled over. Annoyed. When she coughed blood he thought it was a cold. When she became skin and bones he assumed she was too stingy to eat. He had known nothing, noticed nothing. While she suffered, he and his friends plotted how best to humiliate her. When she emptied her final piggy bank for his vile game, what had she felt? halt. Lu Yao dared not think. Ice filled his throat. No sound came. He dropped to his knees in the snow. Please, give her back to me. I beg you. The doctor sighed. She's gone. Her designated contact already took the body. Ooh. Lu Yao clutched the doctor's sleeve. Her parents don't give a damn. Who else could she call? The doctor shook free. I don't. No. Respect her last wish. Leave it. Lu Yao staggered. At that moment, the resort manager pushed through with a tablet. Young Master Lu, is this your friend? On the screen, Mimi rammed Liang Shui, sending her into the drift, then stood at the edge wearing a mask of vicious innocence. Lu Yao stared, heart seized by an invisible fist, blood freezing mid-vein. Had she been in too much pain to speak? Had she waited for him long after dark? And he hadn't even gone looking. His legs buckled. He knelt in the snow, a broken sob ripping from his throat. I'm sorry, but the wind howled and no one answered ever again. 3 years later, I set foot again in the city I'd left for so long. The moment the plane touched down, the Lu family car was already waiting. Dean Lin herself had come to pick me up. She pulled me into a fierce embrace. Xiao Shui, welcome home. I hugged her back, but in the instant our bodies brushed, my eyes dropped and hardened. Those 3 years of experimental drug treatment. How could a few words ever capture the agony and danger? More than once the side effects left me writhing in pain. The other doctors couldn't bear it and wanted to stop. But Dean Lin had only said coldly, increase the dose. Whether she survives is her fate. The worst time, my breathing ceased and I slipped into a death-like trance, yet my mind stayed awake. I heard Dean Lin click her tongue in disgust. Thought she'd be tougher for Lu Yao's sake. Turns out she's useless. She told the staff. Her family already thinks she's dead. No need to inform them. Send her straight to the crematorium. Her voice, in that moment, sounded exactly like the rich brats who'd once treated me as their performing monkey. The rage I felt dragged me back from death's door. After that, my body adapted to the drug. 3 years later, I'm more or less whole again. This time I'm returning as her adopted daughter, the living proof of her medical miracle, to accompany her at every press conference and banquet. Come with me to the old house, Dean Lin said, smiling. Family dinner tonight. They should meet my goddaughter. And you've always wanted to see my son, haven't you? I met her smile with feigned shyness. I wonder if Lu Yao still remembers me. Through the rearview mirror she glanced at me, half amused. That little stunt you pulled, your fake death, hurt him badly. He was ready to throw Shin Mimi in prison, even though they'd grown up together. Old Mr. Lu and I had to talk him down. These 3 years he's hunted for your ashes. I kept feeding him excuses. Girlfriends, he's lost count. Every one of them looks like you. Your move was brutal, I'll give you that. Her tone chilled. But let's be clear, I can accept the two of you together. But you know what he is, an heir who'll have to marry for alliance. Once he weds, you'll step back into the shadows. No one must find out. Understood. I nodded obediently. Understood. Satisfied with my compliance, she handed me a jade bracelet. Wear this, it matches your chi pao. I accepted it with grateful awe. The moment she turned away in contempt, my lips curled in silent mockery. If she enjoys my lovesick act, I'll keep performing, just as Lu Yao once performed for me. When we reached the Lu ancestral house, Lu Yao hadn't arrived yet. The rest of the family barely spared me a glance. In their eyes, a pauper like me is a disposable pawn. We waited over an hour. At last his footsteps approached, stopping 3 paces behind me. His breathing was ragged, as if he'd run the whole way. Liang Shui. His voice was hoarse. I turned slowly, a perfect smile on my lips. Hey little brother. His pupils contracted violently. He'd lost weight. The once arrogant face was now all sharp angles, eyes shadowed with exhaustion. Interesting, he'd suffered too. You aren't dead. His voice shook. I laughed softly, disappointed. His Adam's apple bobbed. He lunged forward, seizing my wrist. How can you say that? His words tumbled out. Mom told me you were her goddaughter. I couldn't believe it. If she hadn't shown me your picture, I wouldn't have come tonight. Xiao Shui, how could you be so cruel? His eyes were already red. I let him hold me, tilting my head in puzzlement. What's wrong, little brother? Don't call me that, he roared. Do you know how I've lived these 3 years? Like a cornered beast, he pressed me into the shadows. Had enough fun yet? Watching me lose my mind. Does it amuse you? Just like in the past, I reached out to smooth the collar he'd crumpled. But you used to play the same game with me. You said yourself, we're from different worlds. Lu Yao yanked his shirt open, revealing a fresh tattoo over his heart. The character Shui. Xiao Shui, listen, I love you. Only after you left did I realize the person I truly love is you. I was blind, but it's not not too late. We can start over. I'll treat you right, I swear. I sneered inwardly, then leaned in until my lips brushed his ear. But from now on I'm your elder sister. Do you want people saying you're messing around with your own sister? His whole body went rigid. Everyone knows you're not my real sister. I stepped back with a light laugh. Still won't do. Tomorrow I have an appointment with young Master Chun from Chin Pharmaceuticals. Care to join us, little brother? His eyes grew even redder, like an abandoned dog. He wanted to keep pleading, but I walked straight past him toward Dean Lin. I linked my arm through hers affectionately. Godmother, I'm meeting Mr. Chin tomorrow. I need a spa day today. May I be excused? The Liu family has been courting Chin Pharmaceuticals. By volunteering to meet their useless heir, I guaranteed her cooperation. She grinned and whispered, playing hard to get. I let surprise flicker across my face. I really can't hide anything from you. Dean Lin's expression turned smug. Child, those tricks are ones I used decades ago. Fine, I'll keep my silly son on the hook for you. With her help, I finally shook Lu Yao off. As I left, I could feel his gaze burning between my shoulder blades long after I was gone. The next day, he came to the rendezvous after all. Cap pulled low, mask on, but nothing could hide the way his eyes locked on me. I pretended not to notice and greeted young Master Chen with a sweet smile. Chen pulled out my chair, studying me with an offensive gleam. Pretty enough. I heard you used to follow Lu Yao around. Still a virgin? I don't like second-hand goods. I let my lashes flutter, biting my lip as if humiliated, trembling just enough. I know this look, helpless white rabbit, and sure enough, his breathing roughened. He touched my cheek. But for you, I might make an exception. I didn't flinch. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a chair scrape harshly in the corner. I hear the Liu family is negotiating a new drug partnership with us. Chen murmured, moving closer. Dean Lin sent you as a show of good faith, right? Before I could answer, a dark shadow lunged. Lu Yao's fist slammed into Chen's face. Tables overturned, champagne glasses shattered, chaos erupted. Stay away from her. Lu Yao's voice was animal. I stood amid the wreckage, watching Chen scramble up, livid, and I smiled quietly. That afternoon Chin Pharmaceuticals canceled all cooperation with the Liu family. Dean Lin stormed over. Look what you've done. I blinked, tears trembling on my lashes. I only wanted to help the family. I never expected Lu Yao to react like that. Her expression softened a fraction. I seized the moment and handed her a file. Evidence of data fraud at Chin Pharmaceuticals, uncovered by a journalist friend. I held it back when I saw you wanted the partnership. Now it might be useful. She took it, her rigid face blooming into a smile. You thoughtful child. Watching her flip through the pages, I laughed inwardly. After Lu Yao and I broke up, young Master Chin became Shin Mimi's admirer, while she kept him at arm's length, enjoying Chin family protection and shielding herself from Lu Yao's revenge. A neat little plan, one I intend to smash. That night Lu Yao came to me. His right hand was bandaged, his left cheek bruised. Xiao Shui, Dad beat me, he rasped. I tilted my head. So, hurt flashed across his face. He dropped to his knees, pressing his forehead to my leg. Punish me any way you want, just not like this. I bent until our breaths mingled. Like what? Watching me with another man. His breathing hitched. Lu Yao, I whispered. When I saw you kissing Shin Mimi back then, I felt exactly what you feel now. His eyes lit up. Xiao Shui, you still love me, don't you? I only smiled, neither yes nor no. To reach my final goal, I need one last spark. The Chun family, desperate for leniency, knew Lu Yao hated Shin Mimi. They publicly cut ties with her and released a video of Shin Mimi insulting him. Lu Yao? What is he? Think I care? From the start we agreed it was just live-action roleplay, toy with some cheap, dying girl for kicks, and he caught feelings. Gross. Every dare I rigged the lots so he'd pick bungee, skydiving, anything extreme. Thought the hag would croak, but she clung on. I personally gave her the final shove on the ski slope, and that idiot wanted to break up with me over it. I savored the clip, lips curving. By releasing it, the Chens must have guessed I fed the evidence to Dean Lin. They hate me now, but they won't touch me while Lu Yao dotes. Shin Mimi though won't think twice. Unable to strike Lu Yao, she'll come for me. Perfect. I'll be waiting. She didn't keep me waiting long. A week later, at a charity gala, Dean Lin brought me as her living trophy. She was soon mobbed by partners, leaving me alone. A waiter accidentally spilled red wine on my skirt and offered to escort me to the changing room. I agreed. The moment the door shut, the lock clicked. Shin Mimi stepped from the shadows, eyes venomous. Think snagging the Liu family means you've won? Lu Yao and I have 15 years of history. What makes you think you can steal him? Poor trash should crawl back to your rat hole. I let her rant, curious what she'd do. 5 minutes later, footsteps sounded outside. Shin Mimi's expression shifted. A strange smile twisted her lips. Suddenly she grabbed a vase and smashed it against her own forehead. Blood streamed down her face in an instant. I was speechless. Could you at least change the script? Shin Mimi laughed. The same trick fooled Lu Yao back then, and it'll fool everyone now. Just wait for the cyber lynching. She tore at her hair and screamed at the top of her lungs. Help! Miss Liang, please stop hitting me. The door burst open at the exact second. Camera flashes exploded in our faces. Reporters formed a tight circle, many of them holding up phones to livestream, clearly a setup. Beyond the crowd I spotted Dean Lin, standing indifferently. She raised her glass to me. I returned a faint smile. She frowned, puzzled. I no longer looked her way. Instead, I let the media film me to their heart's content. Within minutes, the hashtag Lu Family Goddaughter Beats Heiress rocketed to the top of the hot search list. Netizens who had no idea what had happened were easily steered by paid trolls. Shin Mimi became the innocent victim, and I turned into the scheming mistress who'd faked her death to entrap Lu Yao. Curses flooded in. Why hadn't I died in that snow pit? Some even fabricated proof that I'd never had cancer at all. Next, Shin Mimi stepped forward, declaring she understood my jealousy and magnanimously chose not to press charges. The move earned her another wave of praise. Soon Dean Lin issued a statement cutting all ties with me. I wasn't surprised. Her research had already been validated. She no longer needed a living trophy. More importantly, someone as shrewd as she was must have sensed I was slipping out of control. In half a day, I went from object of sympathy to nationwide villain. The whole world seemed to stand against me. Only Lu Yao was frantic, demanding the hotel hand over surveillance tapes, but Shin Mimi had chosen the changing room precisely because it had no cameras. The problem looked unsolvable, yet I wasn't anxious in the slightest. Lu Yao, however, stormed into my hotel at midnight, panic all over his face. He grabbed my wrist. Online agitators are on their way to teach you a lesson. Come with me now. I gently peeled his fingers away. Why should I hide? His eyes were wild, stubborn as ever. Fine, but believe me, I'll protect you. I smiled and turned the tablet toward him. Thanks, but I don't need your protection. On the screen played the full HD clip of Shin Mimi's self-inflicted injury. Every expression, every sentence, crystal clear. Lu Yao's mouth opened and closed soundlessly. You knew she'd set you up? I said calmly. If I could guess her move, how could I come unprepared? He took a shaky breath. So you deliberately let her drag this onto the internet? What? I gave him a long, meaningful look. I needed an opening to push her in front of everyone. I'm broke. I can't buy trending spots. Might as well let her pay for the fireworks herself, so the whole world can watch her vanish. Lu Yao's breath caught. He stared at me as if seeing a stranger. I didn't care. Right in front of him, I pressed send. That night I slept like a baby, never once checking the storm online. When I woke naturally the next morning, I finally opened my phone to admire my handiwork. Hashtag Shin Mimi crimes exposed. Hashtag dark games behind murder mystery parties. Hashtag rich kids crack down. All three tags alternated at the top of every platform. Yesterday, along with the self-harm video, I'd uploaded every piece of evidence I'd collected. The privileged circle's atrocities disguised as scripted murder games, and victim statements backed by documents. Public outrage forced the authorities to act. The once untouchable heirs became rats crossing the street. Shin Mimi, organizer, profiteer, and ringleader, was taken away in handcuffs. Lu Yao, of course, was scorched by collateral fire. Dean Lin, an enabler who'd turned a blind eye, was asked to resign, her saintly image shattered. At last the dust settled. I exhaled. The final time Lu Yao came to me, he was drenched, rainwater pooling in his shoes like a stray dog. Trembling, he pulled a waterproof folder from inside his jacket. My entire stake in Lu Corporation, the key to a Swiss safe deposit box, and he unbuttoned his shirt with shaking fingers. Over his heart, freshly inked, was my name. If you want to cut it out, take it. Take everything. Just don't leave me, please. His plea was as humble as mine had been years ago when I lay in that snow pit, hoping he'd turn back. I took 2 steps back, showing him with my body that we were already impossible. He lunged to hug me, voice breaking. I know you hate me. I know how vile I was. I'll accept any punishment. Just teach me how to love. Don't abandon me, I beg you. I laughed softly. Lu Yao, you still think I did all this for revenge? I'm not that lovesick. His eyes reddened pitifully. I pushed him away. Let me tell you a story. My parents never wanted me. I grew up starved for affection. My sister spread rumors that I was cursed, so the other kids shunned me. In middle school, I rescued a stray dog. It became my only friend. One day while I was selling balloons, Shin Mimi and her admirers were picnicking nearby. One One of her boys tried to kiss me. When I refused, they were ready to force me. My dog protected me and chased them off. The next morning I woke to find it skinned and left on my doorstep. I had no one to cry to. The hatred took root and became a lifelong nightmare until I saw the photo of you and Shen. Mimi, the moment I realized you deceived me, I stopped loving you. Everything I did was to prove one thing: no privilege, no power has the right to crush a life, even if that life is only a dog's. Lu Yao's face drained of color. It seemed he finally understood. Don't do this, Xiao Shui. I don't care if you used me. Punish me for the rest of my life. Just teach me how to love. Don't throw me away, please. I laughed, sad and quiet. Still don't get it? The poor, mute Lu Yao I once loved died the day the real Lu Yao was born. So go. At least we can still part on civil terms. He left like a soul torn from its body. At the doorway, he deliberately left the share transfer documents. I'll keep waiting, he said, until the day you change your mind. I watched his silhouette disappear, then turned and fed the papers into the shredder. As the scraps fluttered down, I picked up my suitcase and walked out. A taxi idled at the curb. Where to, miss? The driver asked. I smiled. The airport, please. Beyond the window, the city's neon blurred into streaks of watercolor rain. My future, at last, was coming into focus.